What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Yankees Den podcast. I'm your host, Lorenzo Scarabino. It's just me tonight. It's a late night. I'm still on vacation, and it's late for Jimmy, but we got the recap of tonight's game. We have a couple notes, but finally, we get to talk about a New York Yankees win. I know it's a late one at a late night, but if you're watching this, if you're in here right now when it's live, if you're in here where when it gets posted up, make sure you like and subscribe. So help me out. Turn on notifications. But the Yankees win 5-2 in the first game of a three-game set versus the Minnesota Twins. Now the Yankees always beat up on the Twins, so they have to keep winning. So let's hope they get on a win streak. They stat pad a little bit against these Twins, get sweep them, and get back on track. Maybe that boosts them a little bit. But let's get on with the recap. We have Garrett Cole going 5 innings. He gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts. He pitched good. Would like to see him go deeper, but every start he's going to be building back. He's still not himself yet. He's going to take a little. Tommy John, he's getting older. But Hendrick comes in. He goes in the inning, gives up no hits, 2 strikeouts. Blackburn goes in the inning. He's worked himself, Blackburn, into high leverage spots. He's been really solid for us. He really has been underrated. He goes an inning, 0 hits, 2 strikeouts. Fernando Cruz then comes in the eighth inning. He gives up a hit, 2 walks. He works himself into a bases loaded jam. He has no strikeouts in the inning, but he escapes the bases loaded jam in the eighth. Bednar then comes to close it out with a strong ninth inning, striking out the side, and the Yankees won 5-2. They snapped their 7-game losing streak. The Rays win as well. Of course they do. They've been on fire. We're still 4 games back, but just got to keep winning, and hopefully they keep losing. Now, going into the offensive side of things, Cody Clemens, Roger Clemens' son, former Yankees ace to current, I guess you could say, Yankees ace, but he takes Cole deep in the first inning, putting them up ahead early, 1-0. But not too long after, Trent Grisham responds back very quickly, coming back his first at bat back from the IL. He homers, tying the game 1-1 at the end of the first. Heading into our third inning, where the Yankees take the lead on a Ben Rice 2-run home run. He's looked more like himself as of late. 3-1 Yankees in the third. Caratini for the Twins gets an RBI single, scoring Cody Clemens, who doubled earlier in the inning off Cole. He hit Cole again. He doubled. Then Caratini drives him in with a single, and that's it in the fourth. 3-2 Yankees still. Then let's move into our seventh inning. We have Caballero getting an RBI single, scoring McMahon, who earlier in the inning to lead off the inning actually, and that puts the Yankees up 4-2. The Yankees then aren't done that inning as Wells. We have a little bit of small ball. Wells bunts over Cabby with no outs, moves him to third base with 1 out, and then Trent Grisham comes up and hits a sac fly, making it 5-2 Yankees after the seventh. Great situational hitting. Something I say the most is I love situational hitting. So that was great. I love to see that. Cruz, we talked about getting himself out of the gem. Ben Rice shuts the or Ben Rice. David Bednar shuts the door 5-2 Yankees victory. Hopefully, they get back into the win column. Is it a coincidence that when they have their best defense out there since Grisham and McMahon went down, that they win and play a clean game? And since Volpe's been up, that they play a clean game? Or since Volpe's been on the bench? Is that a coincidence that all of that happens? The offense sparked a little bit. McMahon and Grisham come back. Volpe's sitting down. Caballero's back at shortstop. You had Cabby back at short, McMahon back at third, Grisham back in center. You had your best defense out there bearing Dominguez in right field. but you have your best guys out there in the infield. What was working earlier in the year? Caballero at shortstop, McMahon at third, Grisham in center. They went back to that, and look what happened. Also, our first comment, thank you, Sal Fiorello. Thank you for the comment. Was about to all the den notification. Let's go. Yes. Had to get on late. I'm surprised you're up, but thank you for joining. But offense, did we saw them get a little jolt tonight? Like I mentioned, Trent Grisham coming back, McMahon coming back, lengthening out the lineup, so much more. And we're just talking about Trent Grisham and Ryan McMahon. Those are the two guys we're talking about when we say lengthen out the lineup. And we want it back. We were fiending for them to come back because of how atrocious this lineup looked and how out of place everybody was playing. But imagine when Judge gets healthy. Like everyone on Twitter is complaining. Everyone on X is complaining. The Yankees losing streak. Oh, they're terrible. They're bad. They're gonna go. It's 2023 all up. No, it's not. Look, these two guys just came back and it lengthened out the lineup. Now, when Judge comes back in hopefully September, I don't care when, just hopefully before the playoffs. Judge comes back, when you get Stanton back, but you still have Goldie in there, right? So even when you get Judge back, then you get a catcher. Now you're talking about a good lineup. It still looked like a pretty good, legit lineup with Grisham and McMahon in there. To lengthen it out. If you got a catcher and that was still your lineup with Dominguez in there, that lineup. This is still a deep lineup. They just hit a slump all at the wrong time. Bellinger is still slumping. Ben Rice was slumping. He's getting back acclimated again. But those are the things that happen. Sal says, older I get, less sleep I get. LMFAO. Also round up from the big dub. Yes. Thankfully, they pull it off. Oh my God. I cannot anymore with the losing streaks. But like I've said, the Yankees have been good at limiting the losing streaks this year. The longest this year, seventh, that they just hit. They got out of it. Let's see if they could continue to build and string some series together before the All-Star break. That's what I would really like to happen. But Garrett Cole looked good. Only 2 runs in 5 innings. Yes, I would love to see him work more innings, but like I said, he's getting older. He's working back from Tommy John major injury. But and I want to mention this before I get into this. I'm gonna keep this nice, short, and sweet. But sweet, I just want to go live for you guys and make sure that you guys were still relying on me coming here and getting the recap every night, like I always do, and the breakdown of the games and stuff like that, and a little bit insight of what I'm seeing as this is going on while I'm on vacation. But Garrett Cole, right? He only goes 5 innings. Rodon, we saw, we'll get into that a little bit, got injured. Now it's not a should the Yankees go get a starter? Should they get Scooble? Should they get Joe Ryan or Sandy or explore these guys? It's a must now, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is a must for the New York Yankees. You have to go and get a starter because now, even if Rodon returns, right? Hopefully he returns. He said he doesn't think it's much. He'll be shut down for a week throw, and then he thinks he'll be fine to throw again, start ramping back up. But you have Rodon injured, right? He was still coming back, working back and pitching off the IL, right? From the beginning of the year. You have Garrett Cole still pitching from Tommy John off of an injury. You have Max Fried that's going to be coming back, and he was just injured, so he's going to be building back up. And then you have guys hitting their pitching limit. You have Will Warren going to get close to his limit. You have Schlittler going to max out his limit. You have Weathers maxing out his limit. Those are 3 guys. And then Cole, that's a 4th guy. Your whole rotation is basically made up of guys hitting their limits that are gonna get fatigued and injured, guys coming back and trying to work back and go long into games, go deep, and give you a lot of innings. These are all question marks. All 5 of them are question marks in the rotation right now. So you have to go and get another starter. You really do. And I would go and get Scooble, or I would even go get a Joe Ryan. I really like Joe Ryan's stuff. But Now Lagrange's also hurt. He's shut down for 6 weeks. He can't even throw for 6 weeks. So we probably don't even see him this year. And his trade value now, guess what? It plummets. So you can't even trade him and get a lot. And now he's not going to be available for the pen. So now the Yankees, they have to. Cashman's going to have to do some heavy lifting. Hopefully, he doesn't sell like the 23 deadline. You need at least 2 to 3 pen arms. You need a catcher, and you need a starter, and maybe another bat like a Matt Shaw or a not someone huge, but a sneaky bat. If you get a good hitting catcher like a Goodman or Ryan Jeffers. Ryan Jeffers maybe fits you a little bit better. He strikes out a little less. He walks a little more, but I would be fine with any of those options because Hunter Goodman he's got raw power and he matches home or away, I should say. He has better numbers away, so I would jump on him too. Another comment from Sal, thank you. Ray's got to slow down. Caminero has a crazy home run streak right now. Caminero, and he just joined. He's the first participant in the home run derby. Caminero is such a fan player. I wish the Yankees had a third baseman like that. He is I wish they had, like, another like, they have Ben Rice, they do, but Caminero is, like, electric. He's insane, like, he's different. He's so good, he's flashy, hits the home runs, got the power, he's threatening at bat, like, he's a good all-around player, and he's not slowing down. He was insane last year, he's not slowing down any bit this year on that home run streak you're talking about. How long is it? 7 games, 8 games, something like that, ridiculous. He's insane. He's gonna be the future for a while, and he's gonna be on the Rays, terrorizing the Yankees for a little bit. That's why we need advantage for a playoff game against them. Hopefully, we get in. Getting into our injury update a little bit, we have it presented by our sponsor of today's live, Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. Let me pop this up real quick for you at the bottom. Richards Painting in Barnegat, New Jersey. Their number is right there, popped up for you guys to see. You can find them, type that in, all lowercase, no spaces, into Instagram. Give them a follow and go see for yourself. Great reviews, great people. If you need painting done, give them a call. They'll be more than happy to help you, and they're very easily accessible and everything. So go make sure you give them a follow and give them a call if you need that done. But going into our injury is Carlos Rodon. That's the big thing. He's on the 15-day IL with left elbow inflammation. Now, is that going to lead into Tommy John in the offseason? Who knows? But like I was saying earlier, could they move him with a few years left on his contract? Could they move him for a Terry Skubal or a Joe Ryan or a Sandy? One of these guys, or package him. What if you packaged him, Will Warren, and you went out and you got Ryan Jeffers and Joe Ryan, and you packaged Will Warren, Carlos Rodon, right? Or just Rodon, and you used Will Warren for another package. Rodon, then you use ERC. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz is who I'm talking about if you don't know the ERC acronym. But if you put them two together, you put some hitters in there, now you could get that done. That entices me. And he has years, and you put in some young guys because you have Jeffers on an expiring contract. Uh, Joe Ryan, I'm not sure how many years he has. I think maybe a year left or something like that. But he doesn't have so much time either. But thank you for normal in the fun house. Thank you for the wave. Love it. Thank you for being in here late at night. Make sure you follow, you subscribe, please like the video. But could he be moved? Scooble is yes, you would be trading for him and getting a guy like we said, Cole's coming back, working back, guys hitting their innings limit. Scooble would be someone coming back from injury. But listen, it's Terry Scooble. He looked good against us. Let's see what he's got his few other starts, not against the Yankees, and see what he does. But he's been really dominant, and we know who Terry Scooble is. But still, just get Cole, Freed, Schlittler healthy for the postseason. Those three, I'm fine with. I can trust. I trust that Max Fried will get the job done, and he will step up in the playoffs with the Yankees. I really do think he will, and I hope he does, and I hope he proves me right. Because if he doesn't, then he's gonna have a bad Yankees tender maybe, because the fans are gonna get on him that, "Oh, he's a regular season warrior, and he sucks in the postseason. He always sells for us." Then you're not gonna be able to trust him when you head into the postseason, and I wanna be able to trust him. But going into the rotation. Now it's Cam Schlitter, it's Garrett Cole, Max Fried when he returns, but Brandon Beck is starting for Carlos Rodon tomorrow. Then you have Will Warren and Ryan Weathers. It's getting really thin, really quick with LeGrande going down because now who you fall back on E or C. You got Brandon Beck. You got a few other guys. We have a lot of pitching in our farm system, but got to draft more in the draft. Got to draft some catchers. Stay away from the shortstops. You have shortstop. You have an infield plethora of guys. Just get catchers, get pitchers, get relievers, get starters. You can never have enough pitching because look what happens. All these pitchers are throwing harder. They're getting accustomed to throwing 99, 100, younger and younger. So when they come up to the major, their arms are already like falling off, and then they're a year or two in. They need Tommy John, and then they come back and they're fine. But they always need Tommy John. So with these injuries happening more and more every season, as we're seeing, you need more and more pitchers to fall back on. So it's not bad to have 7 solid guys and maybe a few in the pen, or you do a 6-man rotation to start the year. Something like that to give guys extra days rest and keep them away from their innings so much or like getting overworked too much. But the game has evolved so differently because in past year or like not past years, old years, right? In the 90s, the 80s, stuff like that. Pitchers would throw complete games. They wouldn't care about the innings. They would just throw and throw and throw. But it's a little different now at this time and age. You need more pitching and guys aren't going deep anymore, so you need more relievers and more longmen like a Blackburn and Yarbrough. So just make sure you do that. But this is getting really thin. That's the rotation right now. Hopefully they can hold it down. Hopefully this offense with this little jolt and against Twins pitching, hopefully they win the series tomorrow and hopefully they ultimately sweep and the Rays start losing a little bit. But they got to get back on track. Hopefully, the offense starts hitting again and clicking again because we know it goes cold, then hot, then cold, then hot, how it always does. And hopefully, they hit a hot streak if they enter the postseason. But the pitching's got to stay pretty decent. I would say I want all of them 3 and under runs every start, and I want the offense to get back 4 or 5 runs a game. But Ben Rice, talking about the offense, Ben Rice is getting back into his groove a little bit. Belly is still struggling, but Ben Rice hitting home runs, getting on base, drawing walks. I like that a lot from him. Bellinger is still struggling. Would like to see him break out of that. But McMahon, how about McMahon coming back? Right, getting hit with a sick flu, whatever the heck he had. Then he got food poisoning. He had a rough go with the sickness. He got hit in all different areas. But him getting back, getting a hit, going 1 for 2, getting working a walk, having we had solid defense tonight all around. It looked and Volpe was on the bench. That's all with Volpe. And I want to bring that up because that's what happens when you put your there's stop playing this little like childish favoritism game and giving it to Volpe because he's supposed to be this touted prospect that once was. No, he's not that anymore. So stop giving him the spotlight. He needs to be shipped out, sent down to AAA. They actually for tomorrow's game they brought up Brandon Beck and they sent down Spencer Jones, who's been hitting good. His second stint up with the Yankees, he's been hitting so much better, so good with runners, like 300 with runners in scoring position, been driving guys in when you need him to, been getting on base, broke up a no-hitter. Why isn't Volpe being sent down over this kid? Volpe's done nothing. He's That's annoying. I hope that Caballero gets to start again tomorrow. I don't want to see Volpe. I want to see Cabby starting to get more regular starts at shortstop as it starts to thin up. And Boone actually made a comment because he was asked, and he said, Caballero, yes, will play shortstop more now since there's not guys out of place and guys injured with guys coming back. But obviously, Volpe will get his days, but Cabby will get in there the time too. So hopefully, let's see how trustable that is. We'll see tomorrow. If it's going to be every other day, they're just going to switch. I don't like that. Just let him play there and have your best defense out there. Stop playing this stupid Mickey Mouse game. And you just had a 7 game losing streak. Now you're 4 back after you were 2 games up. Get back and try and tie the series up in the AL East or get ahead in first place. I hate being 4 games back. I hate being back in general, even a game back or half a game back. But now it's 4 games. Tighten that up a little bit and get back on a winning streak. But let's go into our last set of notes for tonight. Yes, quick episode, but it's late. Getting this out for you guys. Our matchup for Zebby Matthews versus Brandon Beck. Now, Zebby Matthews has been a mixed bag, pretty decent. He has a 4.15 ERA with a 4-5 record. Brandon Beck is 0-0. He has a 6 ERA and 1 strikeout. He was up with the big league roster, I think, earlier in the year. He didn't look terrible, in my opinion, and in the minors, he's looked good. So I think he could be someone that's shopped and traded out, and someone that other teams would like because he could start, he could go into the pen, he could be a long man, and he's pretty decent. But he gets to start tomorrow. Jones is optioned down. As I said, terrible call, but hopefully the Yankees get back on track, as I've said, and just keep saying because I need to see it. 1 game does not justify the win, and they need to keep going on and winning and winning. Take these series before the All Star break, go into the All Star break, winning series because the last few years with this June swoon, we've went to the All Star break like dying for the All Star break because we're losing so much series after series, and we're dying for the All Star break because we need a break. Let's go in on a good note and win a few series and then coast into the All-Star. Come out of it, get a little healthier, get Freed back, get Stan back in a little, get Judge back in September, and the deadline's close after the All-Star break, and let's start rolling. Let's have pieces moving. And even with Judge out, even if he's doesn't come back till September, you have the trade deadline before that. So if you got Ryan Jeffers, a starter, relievers, you should be fine and able to sustain that before he comes back. And then when he comes back and you got guys healthy, hopefully because you see Grisham came back, McMahon came back, but Rodon went down with an injury. So hopefully that's not the case, that guys are going to come back, guys are going to go down. If he comes back and you have everyone on the field like at the beginning of the year, plus a catcher, plus another starter and bullpen arms, you're Oh my god. What's up, guys? I'm back. Sorry for that. At the end of the stream, of course, the Wi-Fi in the hotel goes out and it boots me off of the whole live stream. So you guys are by yourself there for a little bit. But that is all the notes I have tonight for the Yankees Den podcast. As your host, Lorenzo Scarabino, as I am every night, and I will always be here for you guys. Tomorrow, hopefully, it's me and Jimmy, but if it's another late night, it'll probably be me. Hopefully, the Yankees win again. That's all I got. And as always, let's go, Yankees. Thank you for tuning in.